Hi, I'm Raquel, and this is Law Librarian Plans. Today, I am going to be decorating my journal for the week of October 20th. Let's get those pages out of the book and place them where you can actually see them. Put the book down for a sec. Grab those pages. We're going to decorate. This is going to be a pretty quick one, pretty easy one. I was going to say for something different, but if you saw last week's spread, the colors, there's one of the colors that I like that is also in this. It actually features prominently, but I mostly picked out this book because that was the book that was on my rotation. And I found these stickers and I just fell in love, and that's what we're going to go ahead and use today. So with that, let me find the pages and I'll show you. This is absolutely gorgeous. It has a lot of florals, but the floral that I want to use today, or a set of florals, are these green and champagne ones that are absolutely stunning. My favorite color is green. It's actually kind of a teal green that we see here. So, but I think it's perfect. And the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to um, actually white out the dates. So I'm going to lean in heavily into the teal side of things. So I'm going to show you, I have these dates from Planner Kate that I think are close enough, but bringing a little bit on the lighter side. So I thought those would be good. And I actually happen to have numbers that go with them. Otherwise, I might have picked a yellow one if I had found matching numbers, a very pale yellow. Um, for those of you who started watching my series or might catch my series C's 2026, the next step after selecting planners is to evaluate my current systems and see what's working and what's not working and what's missing. So we're going to talk about that in that video. And one of the things that I'm going to have on my list for sure of things that are missing are making sure that I have the combinations of days of the week and date dots from Planner Kate, so that I can do this with many more spreads. I also use Mojo Jojo plants when it works. This time it turns out that what's going on with this page? Oh, the page is kind of wrinkly. That's weird. I just noticed that. Doesn't matter. Um, but anyway, that I have enough to decoratively date in this planner. Um, I don't know if I'm going to be decorating. Well, I am, because I will be using this every week. The one that I will not be dating is my journal. This is going to become, it is a diary right now, and it's going to remain a diary. But I'm also adding a journal to my lineup, and it's going to be undated. So I'm going to probably decorate maybe like, I don't know, um, maybe 14 spreads in a month, maybe fewer, so that I have them available when I need them. Because what I find is sometimes I'm writing about my day and I think, oh, I want to unpack something that happened today. And then I come here and I see that there's only however many lines, and you can't really unpack something like, something heavy that happens, or something funny that happens, or anything that happens in 7 lines of space or so. So I wanted to add that. We're going through some interesting times personally and professionally. Not professionally in my job, but professionally in the business that I'm in, which is education. And sometimes I'm gonna need a space where I can talk about those things and sort of think about it and whatnot. So that's what I'm aiming for. So all right, so we have that one here. And I can afford a really large one here because I don't usually write in this stage. I will use it if I need a little bit of extra space, or I want to put something fabulous that happened or something like that. But I'm going to have to stick with smaller ones elsewhere to make sure that I have enough room, or big ones that I place sideways. So I think the next one I'm going to place is actually this very large one here. And this is where I said a big one that I place sideways, because this I don't want to put in a box and take up all the space, but sideways it works. So I'm actually going to peel the backing. I find that with some of these stickers, the backing, the sticker is very thin, which is great because they're manageable, but the backing then becomes kind of harder to remove. So I just take out the backing and throw that out, and then I can maneuver around the sticker much easier, and get it off the page and so forth. So last week I did basically the middles and the sides. So here I'm going to just stick with the sides because these are much bigger decorative stickers than what I used last week. So I'm going to put this one right here. And there is a corner floral right here that I could use, but it's really very small and I don't want this to get lost. So, and actually what I'm thinking is, do I put it in the middle and then put other stuff around it? Maybe. I'm thinking here. Nope, I'm going to put it on the top. It's fine. And this is plenty of space. So it's because it's a journal diary. It's literally, what happened today. So I'll usually write a sentence or two about work. Work was good, work was bad, was very busy or quiet. I got stuff done, blah, blah. Then I'll write a couple things about the day in general. I got good news, or hubby called me in something or whatever. And then the last couple lines are usually, what we're doing. I cooked dinner, or we went out to dinner, or we did takeout, or whatever, mostly cooking these days. And what we watch on TV and stuff like that. So really a diary more than anything at this point. Um, and that works for me. I never kept a diary as a kid. So the fact that I'm keeping one now as an adult is pretty remarkable. Um, and it took me decorative planning is basically what got me into it, because I thought, oh, I can decorate something that I can use as a diary. Okay, that works. That's good. I could write on that. So that's how I ended up in the diary world and writing about my days and stuff. All right, so next, I'm going to use a smaller floral. I think this one's going to go on the top over here on the right. I'm going to use a smaller floral. And again, it's going to go sideways. So we're going to go ahead and grab that one. And here I'm going to have to actually cut this, because now we're at the point where I want to put it this way though. Ooh, I kind of want to put it that way. I think it's kind of cool that way. So I'm going to put it that way. And I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to leave it be. So there we go. And then I can put one more down here. I think this one with the flat edge is a perfect one for that last spot. And that fills up our left side of our page pretty quickly, pretty easily. That's why I said this is a quick and easy one. There's not much of a, other than me not getting the sticker down right the first time, there's not much hemming and hawing as to where something is going to go. It's just going to go where it goes. So, all right, so we finished that side. That was pretty quick. Now we're going to do the right-hand side. And I said I was going to use this one, which looks very wrinkly on the page. And I want to see what it looks like once I remove the sticker off the page. Yeah, it just got a little wrinkled. I think it's okay. I think it'll be just fine once I place it on the page. And let's see, let's get it nice and straight here. And what I'll do is I will use my nail. Yeah, I can see the lines. Well, it is what it is. I'm just gonna use it. I'm not gonna fight it. I might trim that off because now it's bugging me. But then let's use this one right here to fill in another space. Kind of bummed out that that's kind of damaged. I didn't notice it. This book is not new, so it's not like I'm going to go and ask for a refund or something like that. I'm not that cheeky, for one. And number two, it's a small business and things happen. So, and it doesn't bother me enough to say, okay, I need to have that, replaced or something like that. To each their own, as they say. Okay. And then this one right here, like so. And then I need a small one. And actually, the one that fits is this one, but I don't really want it cut off. Or do I care? Maybe I don't care. Maybe it's just, I just love that color. That color is so beautiful. So, and now I'm questioning my choice of dating stickers, because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that's not going to work. This, because it ends here, could I just do it here? And yeah, I think that works. That works. And it's small enough and the space is good. So now I'm wondering, because it looks so much different now that the sticker's on paper, that I'm like, oh no, that doesn't work. So let's look through my book and see what else I have, what other options I have for redating, that I actually have both the date dots, and I think I know which one I'm going to go with, but we're going to look together. So we have date dots and days of the week. Um, I don't, I'm sure she makes other stuff that coordinates, but I've never bothered. I've only stuck with the, the days of the week kind of stuff. So there isn't black because I used it. Or was there black? Maybe there wasn't black. Maybe it was, no, it was gray, dark gray, because there's dark gray, medium gray, and light gray. Okay. Now, this is very similar to that. Yeah, very similar. It's not the same set though, which is interesting. Oh, they always come with a black set. That's why. All right, interesting. So we're looking for the week of the 20th. Now that yellow could work, although it's too much yellow, and this is not, this is like a champagne color. We're back to that color, those colors. See, this is beautiful, but I don't have numbers for it. That's the one that I was able to pick up the labels, but the numbers were out when I went to get them. I still wanted the labels, so nope, not even close. And okay, well, we're gonna switch gears and we're gonna go with something entirely different. So hold on one sec. I'm gonna grab another book that has dating stickers. And I think I'm gonna use neutral dated from Mojo Jojo Plans. I think that's probably the least clashy in terms of what the colors are here. I don't love the fact that there's an empty space there. I don't love the fact there's an empty space there, but I'm not gonna fight it at this point. We're gonna finish this up and keep moving. So I'm going to go with the palest color there is, which is this beige. All right, I found the days of the week. I need to find the numbers though, because I want to see how big the numbers are. All right, the numbers are a little bit big-ish. Big-ish. Is that gonna bother me? Do I care enough? No. So I think I'm gonna stick with, unless I find smaller numbers, smaller of that number, I'm gonna stick with this. I like this kind of outlining kind of font. So start with Monday. And we're picking the lightest of the four colors that are there, so it's least clashy with what I've got going on. Monday, Tuesday. Funny, it's the lighting definitely is such an important thing when you're trying to pick colors. And my eyes are not great, but my lights are decent, so look great when it wasn't in the light, and then you put it in the light, you go, oh, okay, different. That's not gonna work. So let's see, Thursday. I love this particular spread because it's usually the fastest one of the ones that I decorate, and I'm always happy with it. It does the job. It gives me a decorated space where I can actually write in every day. Um, and it's my planning win because it's not something I ever intended to do, and somehow it works. So now I'm going to leave that uncovered because I don't want to put a number where it takes up middle space there. I'm going to put the numbers, I'm going to line them up to the left with the day of the week. But normally that's what I would do, is I would put the number, if I had small numbers, I would put them right next to it and cover the white out. I think there are small numbers of this. Let me see if I can find them. If I like them, then I'll use them. If not, then I will go ahead and stick with the original plan. But I'm going to look in the book. Okay, let's see. Oh, there are outlining numbers. They're really tiny. Do I really want to do that? Yeah, I guess I will. All right, I'm going to move this out of the way. It's just much easier for me to work from the side of the page than it is from putting them in the middle where you are seeing this. So the numbers are really tiny. They're not as big as the days, but they will do. And they take up less space. So I'm happy because then there's more room to write. And in this one, since it's only for my eyes, I abbreviate. Well, all of them are only for my eyes. But what I mean is, here I don't, I'll abbreviate stuff. If you've watched Bridget Jones' Diary, or read Bridget Jones' Diary and how she abbreviates stuff and all that, some stuff, that's pretty much not her abbreviations, but I think what got me abbreviating everything is law school, because you're trying to take notes like furiously fast, and like you learn your shortcuts really quickly. Not quite oh gosh, stenography, where you really everything is a shortcut, but you get really good at abbreviating stuff. All right. I think that works. All right, folks. So there you have it. Here's my journal for the week of October 20th. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for joining me and have a great day. Bye.